When it comes to rank in the military, you need to show respect as the rank goes up. I don't think people really think about showing respect as the rank goes down. You have to understand that just because you are an NCO, it doesn't mean that you can talk to lower enlisted any kind of way. Not everyone care about your rank, and they will.
I think not only is that a big thing, and like she's saying, I think yeah, that she's saying is I don't think it's not only in the NCO rank. I think a lot of officers, have that same problem too. Specifically lieutenants, man. Like a lot of first lieutenants, first, second lieutenants, or like young captains, they really have that God complex. It's fascinating. Specifically Usafa grads. Specifically. Shout out Usafa.
Show you they do not care about your rank. A lot of people who talk to lower enlisted crazy, I don't mean reprimanding them, I mean literally talking crazy to them. They think they're protected by their rank. You are not. All it takes is one. I was going through something in early 2022. It was NCO. I didn't really care for. I didn't care for him before he made NCO. And he talked to me crazy. Like insane. He said it on social media. And we lived in the same neighborhood. So I went to his house and I told him I was gonna whoop his ass. Now he told on me and I didn't get in trouble, thankfully. And he ducked me for a while. But I say all that to say, you're gonna run across the wrong one if you talk to people crazy just because they don't have the rank that you think is respectable.
Yeah, I think that can be a conversation for, you know, NCOs, officers and things like that. I get, like you said, I get that we have to respect the rank, and I will always respect, my superior leaders, superior officers and things like that. But there is a level of reciprocation that should be given back to your subordinates. I know a lot of people, a lot of the older generation, they like to say, well, this is how it was back in my day. This is how it was back when I was coming up through the Air Force, Army, whatever. This is how things were. And I get that to a certain extent. Again, like I said, you should always have respect for the rank. But that does not give you the right to, like she was saying, to talk down on, the lower rank. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you have a family, they have a family. You have kids, they probably have kids. You know what I mean? They have a spouse, you have a spouse. So there should always be a level of respect between the two. As an NCO, it is our job to be leaders and role models for our young airmen, soldiers, whatever. It is our job to be the catalyst for our junior enlisted to succeed, to go down whatever path they want to go down, things of that nature. And if they feel like that every time, they try to talk to them or every time it's a mess up or something like that, that you're just going to talk down on them, they're not going to come to you. Trust is probably one of the biggest things that us NCOs don't think that we need to cultivate. Like we think that we don't need to cultivate the trust with us and our junior enlisted because we automatically think that, okay, I'm a staff sergeant, tech sergeant, whatever, I'm an NCO. They automatically have to trust me. They don't automatically have to do shit. That's why it's important for you to be open, be honest, be transparent. That's why feedback is important. That's why mentorship is important. I'm a big proponent of mentorship. 360 mentorship. I think it's important that I should be able to sit down and have a conversation with you about what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, and figure out a way forward. And I should be able to do that without making you feel like shit. Nobody wants to feel like shit. They don't want to feel like shit. I don't want to feel like shit. I really feel like that. I really feel like if you really want to get the best out of somebody, you just need to sit down and have a conversation with them. Honestly, we don't have conversations with our junior enlisted, really. And I know I'm sweating like hell right now. We had a big heat wave coming through Boston. We had a huge heat wave come through Boston, and I am hot as hell right now. But we really don't take the time out to understand our airmen, to get to know our airmen, to build that camaraderie with our airmen, to build that trust. I know the Air Force in particular is like a big corporation. I mean, I tell people this all the time. If you want to know what it's like to be in corporate America rather than the military join Air Force, because the Air Force is all corporate America. And I feel like people get so caught up in the corporate America mindset that they forget that these are actual people, humans, and they need guidance. And a lot of times, a lot of NCOs tend to talk to their junior enlisted, talk to their airmen, senior airmen, A1Cs more so as like they're their boss and they're their employees, rather than, hey, let me bring you up to the level I am, because eventually I'm going to leave, I'm going to PCS, I'm going to make rank, then you have to step up, and you have to step up in my place and take over. Like, a lot of people are scared to lose their place. There are a lot of NCOs, and I had to learn this. I learned this early. Like, there are a lot of NCOs, staffs, and techs who are very insecure in their position. They are very insecure in their career. Maybe they've been a staff for 8, 9, 10 years. Maybe they've been a tech for 8, 9, 10 years, and they're trying to make it to the next rank. So they're willing to step on their junior enlisted. They're willing to step on their subordinates, their senior airmen, their A1Cs or airmen. They're willing to step on them just so they can get to whatever goal that they're trying to get to. It's pretty disgusting, man. But I always tell people, if you set the table for everybody else to eat, you're going to eat too. It's the residual. You're going to get the residual effects of your airman being successful. I don't know. I just feel like if the sooner that we understand that aspect, I just feel like the sooner things will be a little bit better, and maybe retention to be better than what it is. I don't know. I'm just a staff sergeant. I'm just E5. I'm just an NCO. What do I know? Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Please make sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video for the algorithm. And again, I see you when I see you on the next one. Peace.